AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM. Good morning. I'm Brian Gallagher. A guest today from Central District Health Department, Jonna Mangeot, has come back to see us and say hello. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
We were going to talk about holidays, but everybody's getting ready for that. We do need to give some heads up on some new precautions. Norovirus. Tell me about that.
Yeah, just something to think about when we're gathering this holiday season. I know we hear a lot about COVID and flu, but norovirus, some people call it the stomach flu, but it's not actually a flu, but it's that vomiting and diarrhea that you get, and it usually lasts a couple days, but it's easily spread from person to person. So it's one of those, hey, if you're not feeling good, probably not stay home. Don't be preparing food for other people, be mindful because it just takes a little bit to make somebody sick and spread it to other people.
This is not something new. This is something that's been around for too many years, but it's a precaution that is necessary. We have been so cognizant of, mask wearing, social distancing, trying to be cautious through this whole pandemic. Now we get to these holiday things. You can be a little more relaxed, but if you let your guard down, things can happen.
Yeah, so, it's one of those, hey, somebody must have been sick at the holidays and now everybody's sick kind of a thing. And so just something to kind of remind people of, hey, if you're not feeling well, stay away from that food prep. And it would be best to stay home, although I feel like people generally want to go out anyway. People shed billions of particles of norovirus when they're ill, and it only takes a couple of particles to make you sick. So when you kind of put it onto that scale, it's like, hey, maybe think about if you're not feeling well to stay home.
Suddenly the question pops into my head. I think I know the answer, but I'll throw it out there so at least we can talk about it.
Okay.
We've been so used to masks. We have been so used to, the trying to be better at sanitation and things like that. Does that help against the norovirus, or is this a case of where this thing's been around so long, and let's face it, strains are strong, you should just avoid the contact period?
Well, hand washing is really the best defense against the majority of infectious communicable illnesses. And the same thing here. It's just to be mindful, hand washing always before you're preparing food, after you go to the bathroom. Those kind of things. But when you think about, unfortunately, we think about the not pretty time when you go to the bathroom and you're actually, when you go to the bathroom or you vomit, you're aerosolizing those particles. And so they're ending up all over the bathroom, even though you can't see them. So that's why it's important to stay home and make sure you're cleaning properly, because that's how it's easily spread, is by touching those surfaces. And
how long do these symptoms typically stick around?
Usually, you'll start symptoms 12 to 18 hours after you've been exposed, and about 1 to 3 days is all it lasts. There's no treatment. You just want to make sure you stay hydrated. Obviously, if you feel like you are becoming dehydrated, to call the doctor or go to the hospital, that kind of thing. But a lot of times it's managed at home just by keeping up on your fluid intake.
Our defense walls are high right now because of the pandemic, but it may not be the pandemic. There are other things that you still have to be prepared for. So what she's simply saying is be wise. If you're not feeling good, stay home. Don't be the one that potentially spreads this norovirus or anything else that's communicable. But if folks have questions, can they call?
Absolutely. They can call us at Central District Health Department. Our number, 308-385-5175. We'll be glad to talk about it or give you some education, whatever, or answer any questions that you may have.
Jonna Mangeot's trying to make the holidays just a little bit better. Let's not spread the wrong things.
Exactly.
Thanks. Have a happy Thanksgiving, okay?
Thank you. You as well.
Good morning from AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM.